Hello YouTube, this is Dave, the NES guy, and I'm here with my first pickup video. I'm pretty excited to do this, to share with you what I recently got while game hunting. I actually went game hunting with a fellow collector here in Ottawa. He goes by The Gaming File on YouTube. I'll put a link down below. And we went out recently to a fellow collector's house. And this guy's a collector primarily, but he also has a business on the side that he recently started. And his basement was just covered in games. Like most people's main floor would, have furniture, and his basement was covered in the amount of furniture you'd have on your main floor with boxes all over the floor. If that makes absolutely any sense, I have no idea. But anyway, there was tons of stuff, and it was just scattered in boxes. Like it made no sense. So for me, it was really exciting, right? I felt like I was rummaging through a yard sale or something like that. And anyway, so we went there, and we both came back with some pretty good games. I got some I would call them filler games for the SNES, and I also got some more games for the NES. I am going for a complete NES collection, so I was really happy to get some games that I haven't seen. Like how many times can you see Top Gun or Bandai Golf? So yeah, so here are the games. Here's what I got. So just before I forget. The SNES games were pretty much free except for one of them, and this basically happened at the end after I bought my games. A friend, he came up to me, he said there was a box on the floor just in front of us, and I looked at him, I said, how much do you want for the sports games? And he's like, oh, just take them, right? And I was like, yes, I will take them. So I took them, and yeah, so here's what I got. Okay, so these are not amazing titles, but it helps, right? So the first one is Wicked 18. It's a golf game, I guess. Next one is Nolan Ryan's Baseball. Another baseball game, 2020 Baseball. I will play that one day in the year 2020. Next one, Super Tennis. Super Tennis. So many games start with Super. It's really interesting. Brunswick World Tournament Champions. I know, clearly this is my first pickup video. I'm like, let me show you what the game is. I'll just read it, and you can, look at the sticker on the back. I'm learning. Sorry, this one here was not a sports game. This one I actually paid for, but it's Phalanx. It's got the most amazing cover. Can you imagine being a kid at Toys R Us and you have those cards and you have to pull them down and you see this cover, an old man playing the banjo, and you're thinking, yes, that's the game that I'd like to spend all of my money on. And amazingly, some people did. Anyway, last one I got for the Super Nintendo is Tecmo Super Bowl, and this is a very important game because you need to rewind it. So I have to make sure to do that after I've finished. So those are my Super Nintendo games that I picked up. Yeah, nothing epic, but the Phalanx game apparently is good. I've heard that John Hancock likes it, so, there, I just dropped a name, right? John Hancock, we all know him, right? So he's got an amazing collection, and I've watched the SNES Gems with him and Metal Jesus Rocks, and yeah, so that was the reason I got that, because that was sort of sitting in that pile. I was like, hello. I had to pay for it, but still. So the next games I got, I think I paid $5 each for them. Nothing too, nothing rare here really. Just games that I can't always find here. So the first one is Fist of the North Star, which is awful. It reminds me. I've never played the game, but Cheetahman. You just jump all over the screen. You can get through the whole level without even killing one of the sprites. It's ridiculous. And it's also important to know that it's part of Le Club International Film Video, the International Film Club. So it would also appear that I'm not just collecting games. I'm also collecting like stickers. Like how many did they have to put on this game? Next game is Ultima Exodus. I don't know a lot about this series, so it looks like it has a battery pack. So that game requires time, which I do not have. So we'll just put that on the shelf. Next game, Stinger. I played this for a couple of minutes, and I gotta be honest with you, it just, you know, sort of a low quality shooter. This one's interesting. Tecmo NBA Basketball. You don't see this one too often. It's the label's really crisp, and I was happy to get it because I think it completes all my Tecmo games, and this is the hardest basketball game to get. I started playing it, and it's like every other basketball game. You know, it's not that good. Finally, probably the best game I got there. I actually, this story is, I guess, a little interesting. After rummaging around the floors and, you know, going through everything, I decided to go over to my friend's, like, personal area. He's got, like, his own, you know, like, obviously he's got his collection in the basement as well, but he also has an area of games that he still hasn't, like, processed. So I started rummaging through that, and I didn't find anything, but then I started rummaging through his, like, I started, like, veering off towards his shelves, and I went to his NES collection, and I just started, like, looking through the games. And then I saw a game, I'm like, I need this game. And he said, you're lucky because I have a boxed copy on my desk, where I was just rummaging and I didn't see it for some reason because there were tons of games on it. And I said, well, how much? I mean, how much would you want for that? So I got Rainbow Islands. I think I paid $25, which I'm happy to pay that, right? Because the label's really good. And this is a game that, you know, goes for a bit more, and it's apparently a really good game. I started playing it and I was like, okay, this will be good. It's no Bubble Bobble. By the way, for those of you that noticed the title card, I put, you know, the Bubble Bobble guys on my shoulder because I couldn't find any sprites for, like, these, whatever this, you know, this game. So I just decided, you know what, it's Bubble Bobble's official sequel, so that's what I'm going to go with. And that explains the title card. So I do know what I'm doing, mostly. Except for, like, the shadows. Look at that. That's interesting, huh? Okay. So yeah, that's my first pickup video. Got a few Super Nintendo games, a few NES games. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe? I don't know. Thanks, guys. Hello YouTube, this is Dave, the NES guy. I'm here with my first pickup video. Oh my god.